Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruiser. It's me Chris, and today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin chart and where it's heading this week and potentially by the end of the month. Of course, we're going to talk some traditional markets such as S&P 500 and why I think that we're just in the cusp of a correction and that it won't last long, in my personal opinion. So let's get started, guys. Let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And so far, since I launched my channel, I've been nothing but right. From price of around above 66,000, I've told you we're going to drop to prices below 60,000, and then we're going to have a final wash off to shake off all the weak hands and to confuse all the participants in the markets and drop prices below 50,000 at price of around 49,000. That's exactly what we did. And then I said I anticipate a huge recovery, a bounce back. But how did I know that? How did I know that from 70 we're going to drop to prices below 50,000? Well, because it was in the charts and S&P 500 was already correcting. And as we can clearly see, if we zoom out, we've been in a huge bullish trend for S&P 500, and Bitcoin chart and the crypto markets, they're very much correlated with the traditional markets such as S&P 500 and Nasdaq. So that's what we did. We had a correction, an ABC correction, a regular correction, but nothing more than the extraordinary. From here, so pretty much by from end of July to end of October 2023, we had a huge correction on the downside, over 17%, and some of the big YouTubers with huge following were calling for a bear market. At that time, I didn't have my channel, but I already knew that we're not in a bear market because the structure looked bullish, setting up high highs, high lows, and I anticipated a huge recovery, and that's exactly what we did. Right now, I don't see anything bearish. I see nothing but bullish, and I explain to you why. So basically, we had this ABC correction, and what did I say? I said I anticipate a V-shaped recovery, a huge bounce back on the upside. And you can turn back some of my videos, guys. Everything has been documented. You clearly see I've been nothing but right. And that's exactly what we did. V-shaped recovery, start testing its previous all-time highs. And I said it will be healthy for the overall trend to come back and test this previous resistance line and we turn into support, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend on the upside. And that's exactly what we did. Start hitting all-time high prices. In the process, we formed a reverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish channel pattern, and measured from the head to the bottom. The price target should be at prices of above 6,250. So that's what I'm anticipating. By the end of this year, early next one, S&P 500 start hitting prices of 6,000 and above, and potentially we can even come and test these prices of above 6,500. But let's just take one trade at a time and one day at a time and see how it's going to happen. Right now, I think we're just coming back to this previous resistance line, turning to support, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend. Is it possible that the correction can continue even further down? Yeah, of course. Nevertheless, I still remain bullish because the structure remains bullish. But let's get back to the Bitcoin chart. And as I've said, from the drop down, here I call the local top at 65,000. And from the period of 23rd of August till 6th of September, I've posted over 20 warning videos. Nothing but right, from 65 to 52. And right here, I turned bullish. Once we took this bear trap at 57,000, I said I anticipate a huge bounce back on the upside. So basically, on the 4-hourly chart, if we can zoom in a little bit, we formed a huge triangle pattern that we tested. We broke out on the 19th of September, and we tested actually on 2nd, 3rd of October, and retested on 10th of October. And right here, I've told you, I anticipate a huge bounce to 70,000, and that's what we did. I said it'll be healthy for the overall trend to actually come back to this previous local tops at 66,500, and we've been forming a bullish structure, setting up higher lows and higher highs. So basically, from 70,000, we came back, we came back to these previous local tops between 65 and 66,500. We actually in the process we formed a W formation, which is a bullish signal, and we snap on the upside and we start testing all-time high prices, perfectly predicted. Then, so now, what I've said that most probably, in my personal opinion, we're gonna drop to prices of around 69,000, and then I anticipate a huge bounce back to price of around 76,000, 77,000, and then the correction will start. Well, we didn't have that, and that's cause for concern. So practically this can be that the correction is already in. And if something like that plays out, so for example, the election result comes out and they're positive, right? And the markets rallies, and we go to prices of around 72,000, 71,800, 72, 72,500, and then we drop down again to prices of around 66, 65,000, and then potentially by the end of the month, early next month, I anticipate a correction and testing prices below 60,000, prices of around 59,400 or 59,500. Probably we formed a W formation, bullish signal, forming and signaling, then the bottom is in, and then by the end of the year start hitting all-time high prices for BTC. So that's the most probable scenario in my personal opinion. The other scenario is if, for example, we come back and start testing and we go almost to its previous all-time high price of around 73,600, 73,700. Then we're gonna have another correction to price of around 70,000, perhaps even 69,000, and then pretty much just consolidating between these prices of around 68,000 and 73,000, just consolidating. And by the end of the month, by 21st of November, we have a huge upside momentum and start hitting prices of above 80,000. Now, which one is going to potentially happen? I mean, to be fair, my personal opinion, more likely scenario is that we're going to go on the downside and we're going to have a correction. But I don't want you to miss the bull cycle that we're in. And for example, we don't drop so further down and we have a bounce back and we have this consolidation phase, then more likely is to have on the upside. So I don't want you just to miss the trend. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm still perhaps most probably I'm anticipating this correction on the downside. But if we basically remain these prices at 68, 69,000 to 73, and we don't go further down, and we consolidate between these prices, then that's it, guys. We are up. We are heading for much higher prices for BTC. So why I'm saying the percentage wise, I would say 60% on the downside and 40% on the upside. But still, 40% is a huge a likely scenario. So I don't want you to say, oh yeah, I'm 100% certain that we're going down. So far, I've been absolutely certain about my predictions because I never gave you another scenario how it's going to play out. But right now, because we've been consolidating and correcting for a long time, I mean, from March till now, that's almost 10 months. And perhaps, if we, as I've said, just be open-minded, be level-headed, and yeah, if, for example, this correction doesn't play out and we stay between these prices, I don't want you to miss the train. I don't want you to miss this huge Bitcoin bullish season that we're in. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon and get my crypto guidebook with over 8 different crypto assets and so much valuable information in it, or you can get my other book, The Art of Chart Analysis and How to Become a Sophisticated Trader. You can subscribe to my Patreon, and with the subscription you get an exclusive content with the most underappreciated, undervalued coins out there. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all for the support, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.